Reports of an active shooter situation. This is happening at a Spectrum office building on Regional Road near PTI Airport.
Right now, we know someone shot at a locked glass door to get inside. WFMY News 2's Amber Lake is live near the scene with an update. Amber?
That's right, guys. So Greensboro police say 2 suspects are in custody at this time, but thankfully the lockdown has been lifted here at the Spectrum call center. Now I want to step out of the way so you can see what exactly is happening behind me. There hasn't been a threat out here for hours, and we have seen law enforcement vehicles actually pulling out of this area and people walking out of some of the buildings surrounding this area. GPD said officers responded to the Spectrum office building on North Regional Road after a report that someone was inside the building actively shooting. Officers arrived on scene 3 minutes later. When police got here, they found 1 suspect outside of the building and a 2nd suspect was found in the parking lot. Officers did a search of the building and determined no one was hurt and there was no threat.
Something like this, our focus is to get to the location, locate any suspects involved and take them into custody. And I can tell you that even after 2 suspects were encountered in the parking lot, our officers still went inside the building, assisting with evacuation and certainly making sure there was no additional threat that were left inside the building.
Now, police found that actually one of the suspects got into the building by shooting through a locked glass door, and they confiscated 2 guns from the suspects. And again, thankfully, nobody was hurt today. For now, police have not identified either one of these suspects, but they did tell us that they're going to let us know about charges later on. Live here in Greensboro, Amber Lake, WFMY News 2.
Amber, thank you. We are also following developing news in Winston-Salem this afternoon. A hush-hush investigation at an old horse farm on Everidge Road. This is a live picture of a situation that we have been following all week. We're getting new information about the person who used to own the property. Records show the previous owner was charged with several animal cruelty charges, but it's unclear if that has anything to do with this investigation. Police assure us the public is not in danger and the investigation could take a while.
There is a new assistant police chief in Greensboro. Greensboro Police Chief John Thompson has selected Captain Stephanie Martis as the newest assistant chief. She joined the Greensboro Police Department in March of 2002. In this new position, she will oversee the Management Bureau, including the Training Division, Public Safety, and Office of Community Engagement.
There was a groundbreaking today for new affordable housing in Greensboro. Yanceyville Place will have 84 apartment units. The State Housing Finance Agency will pay for the project along with a loan from the city. It's not clear when the apartment complex will open.
Today, you have a chance to weigh in on Guilford County's budget proposal. About $8 million is being proposed to help add nurses to schools. And almost half of the $830 million budget would go to Guilford County Schools and Guilford Technical Community College. You can weigh in on the proposal tonight at the Guilford County Commissioners meeting at the old courthouse. That starts at 5:30.
Several black local leaders will be recognized tonight for being among the state's most powerful and influential leaders. Black Business Inc. magazine named what it calls the Power 100. It includes Guilford County Commission Chair Skip Alston, Attorney Steve Bowden, and District Attorney Avery Crump. They'll be recognized during an event at the Tanger Center tonight at 7.
The political world will be looking at Greensboro the next few days. The state's GOP convention starts today. 3 of the top contenders for the Republican presidential nomination are scheduled to speak tomorrow and Saturday. That includes former President Donald Trump, former Vice President Mike Pence, and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Candidates vying for the Republican nomination for governor will also be at the convention, including Mark Robinson, Dale Falwell, and Mark Walker. This is the 2nd year in a row that the event will be at Greensboro's Curry Convention Center. The event is not open to the public, but it could impact you if you are trying to get around the convention center this weekend. So be careful and try to find alternative routes. President Joe Biden and the First Lady will also visit North Carolina tomorrow. One of their stops Friday is to Fort Liberty in Fayetteville, formerly known as Fort Bragg. There they will meet with military members and their families about job training programs. They will also make a stop in Rocky Mount to discuss the president's Investing in America agenda.
Religious broadcaster Pat Robertson has died. You likely know him as the host of the 700 Club, a show he started at a tiny Virginia television station that eventually became the Christian Broadcasting Network. Robertson hosted the show for more than half a century. He even ran for president in 1988 and from that experience founded the Christian Coalition. Robertson was 93 years old.
We learned new details today about an enormous building fire in Charlotte. The fire department says the site did not meet state safety requirements because it didn't have what's called a standpipe. The device allows workers to bring in water in case of a fire. The fire department also says the contracting company never reached out to the county when construction surpassed 40 feet. The state law requires companies to do that. You might remember 2 workers died when the building caught fire.
As smoke from Canadian wildfires cover much of the eastern seaboard, some companies have told employees to just work from home. Wildfires actually impact the economy a lot more than you might think. Researchers found workers lose about $125 billion a year because of wildfire smoke. Experts also found air pollution, like from wildfires, adds $2,500 a year to a typical person's medical bills.
The air quality here in Charlotte is better, but still dangerous for some. This is a look at the haze in Charlotte, North Carolina. Emergency management tweeted out saying an air quality alert is issued for the entire state because of all this heavy smoke and haze coming from Canada. Here in Greensboro, you can see the haze too, but nothing like we saw yesterday and the conditions in New York. Thick smoke nearly blocked out the entire city skyline. These conditions are forcing cancellations and delays at several airports, including PTI. A Greensboro woman told us she sat on the tarmac for about an hour waiting to leave for New York. Some flights to Greensboro from Newark and LaGuardia were also canceled and others were delayed. If you are flying today or tomorrow, you might want to keep a check on your flight.
And we're still dealing with this smoke, aren't we? Do see relief in sight. We can tell you that much, and we'll get there in just a minute. We're in the 70s right now. This is a good bit below normal because we should be in the low 80s, but 74 at PTI, at 77 in High Point, Burlington, 76 Winston-Salem, Mount Airy's at 74, Wilkesboro 72, and you get some 60s if you head to the higher elevations, some low to mid 60s up that way. Air quality forecast. Now, as we look to Thursday, today and Friday, tomorrow, yes, unhealthy, still in the orange range. Now remember, we explained this yesterday. That means that the forecasted kind of worst case scenario is that we could peak in that orange every now and again. But the hour by hour observation shows a couple of areas of orange toward Durham and Raleigh, but across the triad we're down to that moderate level. Again, this is a fluid situation, so this is every hour we take those readings and then this map will change with live streaming data. Here's why we see all of this. Low pressure way up to the north, counterclockwise flow of winds around that, pulls down the wildfire. You can see that by our symbol at the top of the screen there. Pulls that smoke down into our area. Now this is for today. As we head into next week and you see the low pressure start to shift a little bit, and we think this may actually happen sooner than later, then this is a second low pressure, by the way. The first one moves away, another one moves in, and that brings our winds more out of a west to southwest flow, and that will push that smoke back up to the north. Again, we think that will happen, but it may take us couple of days to get there. We're clear over the area now. The rain we had yesterday is out of here. Here's your 7-day forecast. So it gets better. It's still hazy tomorrow. Remember that code orange. That's probably in there through Saturday, to be honest with you. But 81 on Saturday. Sunday things get better, but we see a rain chance, a 40% chance, and we think we'll be in the green for air quality then. We'll keep our fingers crossed. 50-50 shot of showers and storms Monday, 81 degrees. Tuesday, partly cloudy, 82, and we stay in the low to mid 80s Wednesday, Thursday. Those rain chances, though, this is that normal summertime pattern that we get into where it's sunny during the day and then an isolated thunderstorm in the afternoon.
A man from Havelock near the coast has become TikTok famous because of his cats. Dylan Bunton started making TikTok videos with River and Forest during the pandemic. Well, now he has more than 1 million followers. He says his cats' personalities are the key factors.
He just did this expressive face one day. I was like, huh. So I went on the filters on TikTok, and that was that. That's how Forrest became, I guess, TikTok famous. I do satire, something very creative, like little dance videos with my cats. I do the photo crop with Forrest, so he open his mouth and stuff.
Bunton says he plans to continue making content for his followers. You know, I have seen those backpack. I don't even know what to call it.
Really?
Is it a carrying case, a backpack?
Yeah.
But it kind of reminds me of like a terrarium where you have right,
Put a
like when you were-
lizard.
and I don't even. Who knows if the cat likes it? But it's just like a little cat carrying
It's
case.
strange
Yeah.
looking to me because at first I thought, where are the air holes? You know, it looks like
Right.
he's sealed in this thing, but no air holes in there for him
Yeah,
to be.
I've never seen one of these backpacks before, but it looks more friendly than putting, your pet in a crate maybe when you take them out and about. But
Right.
I have never seen that before, but those cats are really cute. Lots of personality.
So I don't know. I'm still with you
It's
on
so
the.
funny.
It's strange the bubble thing.
Right.
Like just show your cats doing other things because I spent more time. I wasn't listening to what he's saying because I'm like, what is that?
No, I said that too.
Plastic
And I said
bubble
maybe
you're
there's
in.
holes in them.
Right, and
Yeah.
but then you also have to think. So cats, from my experience, like to just kind of hang out in boxes or hang
Yeah,
out
yeah.
in
Oh,
random
that's
small
true.
areas. So I wonder if they kind of feel like they like it. Like it's
It's tight.
Oh,
and
like
safe.
yeah, like a safe. Yeah, okay. Because like my daughter's guinea pigs have these little tunnels and things, and they love to scoot in there and hide.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. Like cats do like little places where they can hide. Away.
Anyway, back to the TikTok thing, right? The actual story.
I know, sorry.
No, that's okay.
Now
I
we're
was
on
the one
guinea
that put
pigs.
us off the track there. It's crazy what some people get TikTok famous for.
Yes. And it's just like thinking outside of the box. Like he
Yeah.
likes cats, and so there's a lot of other people that like cats. So he's like, I'm gonna do cat videos.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there's so many people who have so many followers that are able to monetize off of this for things you wouldn't even think
But you're
about.
famous for a small amount of time most of the time. Some
Right.
people
Yeah.
bridge the gap
Yeah.
and they stay longer, but like he'll have his 1 month of fame
Uh-huh.
and then sometimes it can be taken away.
I've always thought about like what's like one thing that in my life that could be interesting enough. to do
Tomatoes. You could literally.
Charlie.
You've been talking about tomatoes and Charlie. You could start a TikTok about here's
Just
what
do-
you can do to your tomatoes to make
Let
it
Charlie
grow.
have an account.
And I think that it would take off, and you get other people who are into gardening
You think?
that would start following
What
you.
would be my
you have to be
TikTok
consistent
name?
with it. Chad the chatter with
Chatty
Chad.
Daddy.
Chatting Chad.
We're gonna work on a name.
Okay.
And then get back
I
to
think
you.
chatting Chad is cute, but
I-
we're
Chatty
gonna
Chatty.
keeping with pets, but switching some gears now. There is a new scam related to pets you should know about. Experts say scammers are now trolling lost pet social media sites, then contacting owners posing as a shelter saying they have their pet and they need them to get them back. They have to pay. The scammer then asks for a credit card number, then never calls the owners back. Some shelters do charge to reclaim your pet if it does go missing, but they would never make you pay in advance or over the phone. So look out for that. We'll be right back. A Lexington-based women's ministry will showcase its love for its surrounding community with a free food, clothing, and family fun event this Saturday. Swirl Ministries will host its 6th annual Swirl Community Day event at the Breeden Insurance Amphitheater in Lexington. Founders Ceci Morcom and Bernie Young said their organization reaches families who may struggle due to job loss, addiction, domestic violence, and more.
We try to empower the individual to do better. And we have different programs to do that. We have Bible study, we have a pantry, we give out food, we deliver.
The Community Day event is a family-friendly block party where Christ is the center. More than 10 nonprofits and organizations, including Davidson Medical Ministries and the Salvation Army, will be there to help connect families to housing, financial, and medical resources.
I've been in Lexington all my life, and we know we live in hard times today. Things don't seem to get any easier for a lot of people, and even the homeless popularity has grown in Lexington because the jobs were taken away years ago, and just life in general. Some people lose their jobs or they got sick, and we just want to help whoever we can.
There will be a groceries giveaway, live entertainment, and games for the kids. The event kicks off at 3 p.m. and will end at 6 p.m. For details on the service groups that will be present, just look for the story on our website, WFNYnews2.com. I think this is a really great event that they're having. The founders of Swirl Ministries were saying there's so many resources in Davidson County and Lexington that are out there to help people with housing, to help people with financial needs, but a lot of people are just not aware of those resources. So to bring everybody in one place, having fun as the attraction, giving out free groceries and things like that, it's a great way to pull the people in.
I don't know if it's just me and that because we're in this business and we see it a lot. It seems to me like we have more help for people these days than I've ever heard before.
Yeah.
Like more programs like this. Even if it's a smaller organization and not Samaritan Ministries or whatever, we have small little organizations and churches that are trying to help out constantly, which is great. I think we're at a peak or something.
And I think a lot of it came about during the pandemic
Yes.
and afterward. You know, a lot of people really suffered during the pandemic, and a lot of these groups, I don't know if this one specifically, but a lot of groups got help from the federal government, from the state government with some of these COVID relief programs.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it really jump-started more relief efforts.
And I just love seeing people wanting to give back. You know, a lot of people, you know, take, but there's so many more people that want to give. So I think it just helps our community continue to grow and go round.
And do the right thing, not because it's a tax break. They do it because they
want to.
people.
Yeah.
Right. All right, we're taking a break. We'll be right back. Well, as the old saying goes, there's good news and bad news. The good news is relief on the way. Now, it's in sight. It'll take us a couple, 3 days to get there. But we can see this air quality, we think, by the end of the weekend look a lot better than it does today or tomorrow for that matter. It's going to be chilly in the morning. I don't know if you noticed that this morning, last week of school for some districts, and kids were heading out with sweatshirts on. 53 degrees, mostly clear and cool tonight. Tomorrow, plenty of sunshine, but we still have that code orange alert. But we do look for highs in the upper 70s tomorrow. Not too bad. Still in the unhealthy area here. You look at the chart on the right. So the bottom is good as green, moderate yellow, unhealthy for sensitive groups or people that have respiratory issues. That's where we are for today and tomorrow. And really, this goes through Friday and Saturday now, with the primary pollutant, of course, being smoke. Now, that is the forecast of the worst case scenario. Our hour by hour readings have been better for us today. It gets in the orange area when you go toward Durham and Raleigh, Wake County, Durham County, and Orange County. But for us, we've seen mostly yellow, which is one step down to moderate. We'll take that. Here's the setup and why we're seeing all this low pressure to the north, counterclockwise flow around that, and you can see where the fires are there. That is pulling that smoke plume down. Obviously, you've seen all the images out of New York. So New York State, one of the worst hit with this. Our haze is still pretty bad, and that will continue for a while. But as one low moves on and another one develops, the position of this one is such that our winds probably coming out of the west to southwest, and that's better because that will push that smoke back up to the north and more to the northeast and out of the Carolinas, we think. But again, it may take us 48 hours or so before that to even start to happen as we watch that move away. Rain left us. We had some shower activity yesterday, but all that pushing out, that cold front has sagged back down to the south here. There you see it on our chart. That moves away with the low. High pressure moves into place, so that's why we see plenty of sunshine for tomorrow. And as that high moves on to the east, remember, clockwise flow around the high. That means if you're on the left side of that, the winds are more out of the south, and that's better for us to get that smoke out of here. So keep your fingers crossed. We're thinking by Saturday evening and definitely into Sunday, it'll look a lot better. 77 tomorrow with the haze. Then 81 on Saturday, partly cloudy skies. Some rain chances Sunday, Monday, 40 to 50%. Highs 84 Sunday, hottest day of the week, that and next Thursday. Monday, 81, and we stay in the low 80s Tuesday, Wednesday. I want you to know that Wednesday, Thursday, don't expect a lot of rain, right? That's a 20% chance. That is a typical summertime forecast where we're pretty much sunny during the day, and then you see just an isolated thunderstorm here or there that doesn't last very long. We're kind of getting into that time of the year.
It was a super surprise for kids at a children's medical center in Texas. Superheroes rappelled down the side of the building to visit kids getting treatment at the Austin hospital. They included Batman, Black Panther, Wonder Woman, and Spider-Man. They even took on some villains trying to bring chaos to the hospital.
That is really cool. All right, so I asked you about your favorite superhero on Facebook, and here's what you had to say. Some interesting answers today. Eric Gray said Hong Kong Phooey because he was the coolest. Now, you'd have to be in my age group to remember that. That's a Saturday morning cartoon that Chad and Lauren will go, what is that all
Never
about?
heard of him.
I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Claire said Iron Man or Thor because they're hot. LOL. Chris Kraft said Dr. Sam Beckett because he could leap from life to life and change history for the better. He's talking about Quantum Leap, the show from the 90s, I believe. And then Connie is up next, and Connie says Iron Man and Wonder Woman, I guess, but if it would have been a bad guy or girl, be the Joker, Harley Quinn, and Catwoman. Linda says Sleeping Beauty. She was great at napping. That's very good. And then Rose said, my sister, because she has a way of just making things work. You know, we had a lot of people who, a lot of people went there for their religion, and they said like Jesus or whoever. But a lot of people, I'll tell you, as far as actual superheroes, Superman, Wonder Woman was everywhere on this one, and Batman to a degree, and Spider-Man were probably the top four.
So did everybody stick with the traditional like comic book superheroes?
For the most part, but then I had a lot of my dad, my brother, my son, my mom, whatever, and then I also had the real heroes that wear masks are doctors and frontline. They did say that. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I never would have thought about going outside of the like literal superhero realm. So I mean, props that people went outside of that.
Absolutely, because my parents are some of my biggest superheroes too, but I was going down the route of the Powerpuff Girls, who aren't like the traditional comic book, because I wasn't really that into comics growing up, but I love the Powerpuff Girls. They're on Netflix now, so I still watch occasionally when they're on.
My kids still watch that.
And you know, as a young girl watching that, it's like some girl power.
You know who I really liked growing up? Definitely non-traditional, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that was
were
a popular
cool.
one
They
too.
were cool.
Yeah, and a lot of kids are still into it. You see the backpacks.
Yes.
Yeah, they're coming
at
back
Walmart
for sure.
and all that kind of stuff.
But if you can eat a lot of pizza, then you're my superhero too.
Oh, man.
And that's all they ate.
Let me see: Michelangelo, Leonardo, Donatello.
Oh, you really know them.
That's it.
And then Splinter was the other guy, and then who was the? There was a mouse.
That music means
we're getting ripped. Yep.
You were a big fan.
What was the mouse?
Did you have the
Splinter,
pajamas too?
I'm sure I had all of it. Yeah.
Should be about 92 minutes. Hey Hannah, mic check 1 2 1 2. Today we're finding out more about what this farm used to be. Neighbors in the area say it used to be a horse farm. Records indicate that the previous owner was charged with several animal cruelty charges. At this point, we don't know if those charges have anything to do with this investigation. The Forsyth County property records show. Forsyth County property records show this piece of land on Ever Ridge Road changed hands back in 2016. District Attorney Jim O'Neill told us the current owner led investigators onto the property. They've been here since Monday. So far today, we've seen dozens of unmarked cars, a mobile command center, and a backhoe beyond the locked gate. I spoke to a woman who lives on this road. She did not want to disclose her identity for safety reasons. Mic check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Today we're learning more about what this farm used to be. Neighbors in the area say it used to be a horse farm.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Hey Brad, it's finally, man. Goodness gracious, I thought you forgot about me. Jalen, 1 2 3 4 5. Can you hear me? Do I sound funny? No.
Welcome back to the 4 to 5. Eric, Chad, and Lauren with you today.
Happy Friday Eve, everybody.
Yes, we're almost there.
Any plans for the weekend?
What am I doing? You know, next to nothing. I'm taking my wife to the airport because she's flying to see relatives back in Buffalo. So my brother-in-law and his wife have I'm thinking it's 15-month-old right now. And then not too long ago, she found out they're expecting again. She's due in August, so they're going to have kids very close together. So Leslie's taking off to see
What are those
the niece.
called? Irish twins?
That's what some people say that. Yeah, I don't even know
If
what
they're
that
within
means.
a year.
Yeah.
But they'll be within, what, 17 months of each other, something like that.
Do you think she'll come back with baby fever?
So this is why I want her to go, because I have 4, and I said, hold that baby, love it, and then come on back home.
And go back and visit when you want to be around
Anytime
babies
you want
again.
it, I'll pay for the flight. That's right.
All right, we're going to switch gears now. It's been 4 days now, and we still don't know much about an investigation going on in Winston-Salem. Crews have been digging on a property along Everidge Road, but it's still unclear as to why.
Yeah, WFMY News 2's Anna Jeffries has been out there all day. She learned some interesting details about the history of this property, Hannah.
That's right, Chad and Lauren. Today we're finding out more about what this property behind me used to be. Neighbors in the area say the property used to be a horse farm, and records indicate that the previous owner was charged with several animal abuse charges. But at this point, we don't know if those charges have anything to do with this current investigation. Forsyth County property records show this piece of land on Everidge Road changed hands back in 2016. District Attorney Jim O'Neill told us the current owner led investigators onto the property, and they've been here since Monday. So far today, we've seen dozens of unmarked cars, a mobile command center, and a backhoe beyond the locked gate. I spoke to one woman who lives on this street. She did not want to disclose her identity for safety reasons, but says this is totally unexpected.
It's unreal. Something like this in the neighborhood we live in, I would have never thought. Never thought.
And that neighbor who you just heard from, she said in recent months there has been some activity over here. She recalled a bonfire that took place near where they are currently digging. At this point, the district attorney has not told us what they are digging for, but we'll stay out here for the remainder of today and for days to come trying to get those answers for you. Live in Winston-Salem, I'm Hannah Jeffries, WFMY News 2.
You know, we have a couple more days to deal with this code orange for a while here, and we're keeping a very close eye on this because it's kind of a fluid situation, right? It changes every day, even every hour. We'll watch our hourly observations from instrumentation that gives us kind of a pollutant reading, and we've seen that fluctuate a little bit. Temperatures right now, mid to upper 70s for the most part, very similar to what we'll have tomorrow, maybe a hint warmer, but we see lots of sunshine tomorrow. That code orange still in effect, not only today and tomorrow, but we think into Saturday. It is Sunday and maybe even Saturday night that we might see some change coming in, and with a rain chance, by the way. Okay, official air quality forecast is orange for Friday and Saturday. That means unhealthy for sensitive groups, so people who already have respiratory issues should limit outdoor activity and just kind of take it easy. We're not seeing the reds anymore here like we did see. This is the hour-by-hour observation, so at least for this hour, we're ticked back down to the moderate, but if you look over toward Durham and Raleigh, we do see some orange there as well. On the wide shot here, cold front has moved to the south of us. That takes the rain with it, so we're in good shape as far as that goes. Clear skies for the most part tonight and tomorrow. We'll say partly cloudy to mostly clear. Through your Friday, it will be hazy. 77 tomorrow. We've got 81 on Saturday. Then some rain chances, 40%. That would be for Sunday, 50% Monday, still in the low to mid 80s. Same story next week, low 80s for the most part. The rain chance Wednesday, Thursday, though, that is when we're getting into a normal summertime pattern. Just a pop-up isolated late day storm, not a big deal. Otherwise, more sunshine than not during the day.
There's a change coming to some middle school sports rules. The State Board of Education just approved new guidelines for the upcoming school year.
WFMY News 2's Jalen Gilkey breaks down new mercy rules for certain sports.
Yeah, guys, we all know that middle school sports can be rather hit or miss. Usually the kids have a good time, but there are some instances where one team is significantly more talented than the other, and that can lead to some rather lopsided scores. So to prevent kids from becoming discouraged, the North Carolina Board of Education implemented new mercy rules for middle school baseball, basketball, football, soccer, and softball. Allen J. Prep Athletic Director Montrez Shaw tells me he understands what the state is trying to accomplish.
I've seen both sides of it. Yes, life is not fair. There's no mercy rules in life and things like that. But when it comes to athletics, it's just a sportsmanship. But not breaking, you know what I mean, the spirit of those athletes, because it only takes one game to kind of get somebody pounded like that, and then they just say, you know what, like, I'm giving up on athletics.
Now, according to the State Board of Education, these mercy rules will only take effect if agreed upon by both coaches before the start of the game, or if the conference that both teams play in agree to use them before the season starts.
I think athletics is just huge for the development of kids just in general. I've seen athletics keep kids in seats for school. So I think it's huge. I'm a fan of athletics, man. I'm always going to vote for it, but it's got to be done the right way. And I think this rule will kind of keep it, you know, linear and make it the right way.
For full details on how these new mercy rules will impact middle school athletics, search for this web story on our website for a full breakdown by sport.
I like the fact that there are options. I mean, schools can agree, you know, ahead of time, or the conference itself can make that determination right out of the gate. I see both sides of this, because I understand when you're getting beat 15-0 in baseball and it's the 7th inning. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. But then I also get that losing gracefully is something everybody has to learn.
Yeah.
And I would think it would be kind of embarrassing, like, oh, you know, we're losing so bad they're just going to end the game early.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that. I could see both sides, but I do like. I have to agree with you that I do like that it's giving the schools or the teams the option to do it or to not do it.
Yes.
You guys took both of my points already. I was saying, you know, it kind of feels some type of way if you stop a game because of a mercy rule. It's already kind of emphasizing the fact that we weren't that great that day. And I think when you do play the full game, it allows certain players that might be bench warmers to actually get into the game. It teaches you how to lose gracefully. Like, there's a lot of reasons why the game should be played all the way through, I think.
And I'm gonna be honest, I'm split down the middle on this one, because, you know, as a former athlete, I've been beat by a whole lot and I've beat teams by a whole lot, and you learn from both of those moments. So, you know, providing these options, it's good, because, like I said, middle school can get a little ugly. If you got one player that is really, really above the rest, it can get real nasty real fast.
35-0.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
you just,
You know,
and I've seen games like that where it's two girls on the basketball team just
killing, and everybody else is just standing around.
Yeah, you're just kind of like.
But like Mr. Shaw said, it kind of just takes away from the spirit of the kids, right? We don't want the kids' spirit to be crushed. So I understand why, you know, this has been implemented.
All right.
Good stuff. Well, happening today in sports, the Ricky Prohl Golf Classic starts in Guilford County. Proceeds will go to the Power of Play Foundation. The foundation was established by the Super Bowl champion and Carolina Panthers star. The event will bring out former ACC basketball and football players, along with some former NFL players. The Blue Jeans and Bourbon Dinner is tonight from 6 to 9. Golf tees off tomorrow morning at Grandover Resort at 8:30.
The Burlington Sock Puppets have their home opener tonight. It'll be the first time fans can watch the game from the new entertainment venue along the first base line. It's still under construction, but some sections will be open. Burlington City Council approved the project earlier this year. The goal is to have more levels of the structure open by late next month. The rest of the venue should be finished for next season.
Forsyth County Health and Human Services is hosting a schools outreach event. It started at 4, but you have plenty of time to get out there. They will have information about the services and job opportunities at Health and Human Services, as well as other community resources. There will be a food box giveaway while supplies last. The event goes until 7 tonight.
As summer break kicks off for the kids, it's important that you know where to get them free meals if they need them. We have a full list of local feeding sites on our website.
5th grade students at Wiley Elementary in Guilford County crossed the graduation stage today. More than 20 students turned their tassels. I had the pleasure of serving as the keynote speaker. I spoke with students about the importance of making good grades, getting involved in choosing friends who are positive influences. Several students received special awards for their achievements in math and reading. Congratulations, Wiley Elementary, and good luck on your next adventure.
Guilford County Schools surprised 16 seniors with job offers once they finish college. They're part of the Teaching Cadet program at Page and Western High Schools. Teachers and GCS administrators didn't tell the cadets until today when they signed a pledge to consider coming back.
Oh my God. Like, I was like, oh my God, really? Me? I was like, wow, like, I can't believe it. Like, I would have never thought, like, this would have happened to me. Like, it's really amazing.
I was in shock because this is like probably the last thing I would have expected. I thought it was just going to be something would come, get recognition for doing the whole program the whole year, and that was going to be it. But I was really like surprised, and I was thankful for the opportunity.
Now, the statewide Teaching Cadet program is designed to encourage and equip students to return to the classroom as teachers. We did a story on this at 11 a couple of days ago about how they can, it's really like a student to teacher pipeline. It's really an idea to get more teachers or more students interested in teaching. So they will go to college, much of it will be paid for, and then they have a secure job once they graduate from college within that district.
That's really solid. So they'll also get money towards their education for doing this.
I don't quote me because I don't remember exactly how much it is, but yeah. So and then then they have a guaranteed job within that school district once they graduate from college.
That's really smart to do it that way, because I think a lot of people enjoy teaching or they enjoy kids and education, but it's that salary factor of being a teacher. So I think if you can put money towards your education and then have a job waiting for you on the other side, that would push you to move in that direction of being an educator.
And we have seen how the idea of becoming a teacher has really declined over the years, over the decades. So if you can get kids interested early and with this promise at the end that you will have a job,
I love this. I would hope to see this in other school districts.
Absolutely. We're coming right back.
Who's there? Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh, I'm so sorry, Moon Pie. Yo, don't quote me on that. I'm like, you're on TV. When you think of June, you think beach or pool, cold treats, and doing more things outdoors, right? So check, check, and check when it comes to what's on sale this month. Because it is the start of beach and pool season, you're of course going to find sunscreen on sale. And I want you to say sale, 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 like all the way up and down this thing. Now, usually it's full price. I did a quick search of Walmart online and I found Consumer Reports' top pick of sunscreens this year. That's the Coppertone Water Babies. Remember, you don't have to be a baby to use it. Anyone can use it, and it's half price for the spray right now. It's all going to go full price by July. Consumer Reports' other best buys for June include this Apple Watch SE. It's $149 at Walmart. Normally, it's $279. Yes, it is a first-generation Apple Watch, but it still has a lot of bells and whistles, and it's more than $100 off. Also at $100 off, the Vitamix One is now $149 on Wayfair. Consumer Reports says this blender aced its tests in making smoothies and frozen desserts. Got something else on your mind?
With Father's Day coming up on June 18th, start to look for discounts on things like tech items and power tools.
All right, so tech and power tools along with the ties, standard Father's Day gifts. All right, you're the father here. What do you want?
Well,
or what don't you want?
Right.
Yeah.
So I actually, I used to laugh. I don't want socks. I would take socks now.
But
socks
no.
are great.
Athletic socks
I think
or
no.
socks
I
for
like
your suit?
dress socks with funny designs on them
Yes,
too.
okay.
Chad wears
Cute.
a lot of those.
Okay.
I love that. For me, honestly, now that you've done that, I've been wanting an Android version of a watch because the older Samsungs were so big.
Right.
Looked like I had a salad plate on my arm. So I just want a little Samsung watch.
All right, kids, I hope you're watching.
That's right.
Pull all your money together.
You have to.
Empty the piggy bank.
So what I love about that is no matter what's on sale, we can all probably find something that we would like,
Yes.
right? And so you said, ooh, that's a really good price on the Apple Watch.
Yes, that's a great price considering, the current versions, how much they are now.
Oh, sure. So
$400.
birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, thinking about that, all that kind of jazz. Anything that you're in the mood for since you're a homeowner now?
I don't know.
Not even the Vitamix that can make you a smoothie that's all healthy?
Ninja blender.
Oh, a
kale in
Ninja!
there?
You need to get a Ninja blender.
Yes,
And I
Or
always
or
accept
an air
gifts.
fryer.
Oh, you always accept gifts.
Technically, I'm a plant dad, so I can accept gifts this Father's Day.
Okay.
Charlie.
I'll get you a bottle of water.
Oh my.
To
As
water
always,
Charlie.
mattresses are on sale. So happy shopping. Okay.
It's
A
Fiji.
bottle of water.
It's Coast Guards in England are warning about floaties after a sea rescue with a twist. Take a look at this. A pair of men were saved after floating too far out on a giant blown up duck. Yeah, when they realized they were too far out, they tried paddling back, but the current was just too strong. They ended up 200 meters off the coast. The Royal National Lifeboat Institution posted a picture of the float in question. That thing is huge. They warned that the inflatable toys are hard to control and can drift out to sea in seconds. That floaty is humongous.
That's huge.
And I'm not the strongest swimmer, so I would have been panicking and freaking out if my float had gone 20 meters off the coast.
And when people see that, they just think like, oh, that's funny, guys.
Yeah.
Like going by on a boat and they're like, need to be rescued.
Yeah, and they're like,
help.
you don't know, we're not waving because we're having fun. We need help.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find out how far.
Meters,
because it wasn't.
Think of a track like a 200 meter
so
dash.
218 yards. So basically more than 2 football fields.
Out to sea.
Out to sea.
That's
they
a
had
long
been.
way.
Oh, wow.
That's
more
very
than
far.
yeah, that's a long way.
But you know what? I mean, they're easy to spot, right?
That's
they're
true.
a big yellow duck.
I wouldn't even think to get on a floaty in that kind of body of water. I would think that that's more for
like a
the
lake,
pool
a
or the
pool.
lake.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Because you can't control it, and they didn't have paddles
Right.
with their little rubber ducky, so they're stuck.
Yeah, couldn't
I
be
know.
me.
All right, let's take a look at the forecast. We got to talk about this smoke and when we can get it out of here. We do see some relief in sight. If everything works out the way we think it will Sunday, we might actually be in the green in Sunday for air quality. Fingers crossed. Not a guarantee, but something that we're watching. Temperature 74 in the Triad. We're up to 79 in Wilmington. Charleston's at 82 degrees right now. And the setup for this is this low pressure in the northeast. And then with the counterclockwise flow of winds around that, it pulls the smoke down from the fire that you see up there with our little icon. That comes down across the Triad. Now, what we think will happen, one low moves away, another one develops, but the position of this one would change our winds to more of a west to southwest. And what does that do for us? That pushes the smoke back up to the north and northeast, so it's heading back up toward New York in that area. So, but got to be honest, like for folks in the northeast, it doesn't look like they're getting relief anytime soon. For us, we're hoping that will be the case by Sunday. Air quality forecast, though, the official outlook still in the orange, which is unhealthy for sensitive groups, meaning people with respiratory issues. That's Friday and Saturday. Again, we think Sunday that may change. The hour-by-hour observation, which can fluctuate up or down. Right now, we're in the moderate, not bad. That's one below the code orange. We do see little areas of orange, though, over in Wake County and Durham County. The cold front has sagged back down to the south. So the rain we had yesterday, bye-bye to that. And we end up with decent conditions as we head into the overnight. It's going to be cool tomorrow morning. I mean, think about this, a 53-degree high temperature tomorrow morning, then a high of 77, hazy sunshine, again, code orange through Saturday, possibly. 81 for Saturday, partly cloudy. Some rain chances Sunday, Monday, a 40 and 50%, highs 84 and 81. Again, we're hoping for the green, the good category for air quality on Sunday. And next week, that's normal, 82, 83, 84. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday, a dry day, but that Wednesday, Thursday, get used to that summertime forecast as we get into that period of the year. A slight late day pop-up shower chance, otherwise partly cloudy during the day.
Okay. Is this another one? Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4. They say mic check 2? I didn't hear it.
Vehicles here. Mic check 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Mic check.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Hello, we are talking about something probably.
Hi, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana.
Hey, ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie, they forever go together like a...
Mic check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Check 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 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10.
When was the last time you went to the mall? Like a proper mall, indoors with a food court, you know, Sbarro, Cinnabon, Orange Julius, all the staples of childhood. Well, up until a few days ago, it had been a while for me. I went to Four Seasons Town Center in Greensboro this week because I needed to get something very specific for an upcoming trip. I was surprised to see so many stores I'd never heard of. It didn't take long to realize many of them were locally owned, way more than I was ever used to. Growing up, I'd always see, you know, the usuals: PacSun, American Eagle, Abercrombie, Spencer Gifts, Journeys, and on and on. Sure, many of those stores still exist, but I didn't realize how many local stores filled malls these days. It makes sense. With the rise in online shopping, a lot of typical mall stores closed up shop and focused their attention to online stores. But mom and pop retail stores don't really have that luxury, so they need something more brick and mortar. It was honestly inspiring to see so many stores that look like they were family-owned businesses. If you're looking for a new place to support local, consider going to a mall. The local business owners would certainly appreciate it. That's just my 2 cents. And your 4 to 5. WFMY News 2 at 5 starts right now. We are on top of 2 developing stories today at 5. Officers responded to reports of an active shooter in Greensboro, and we've got new insight into a hush-hush investigation on a property in Winston-Salem.